I'm planning to show you some things about Treebard GPS. I've been working on it for about 3.5 years or so, full time. The purpose of Treebard GPS is to act as a showcase of functionalities for the kind of functionalities that are preferable in a genealogy software application. And by preferable, I mean preferable to me, and I assume I have fairly good taste. And I've looked at a lot of these programs, and I have to assume that these guys that made the other programs have bad taste, but that's all right. We can still be friends. I'm going to try to show what you should do, and I'm going to do that by building this app that, it says GPS, right? So trying to show the way to developers or help developers know what sort of thing they might want to put in their Geneware programs. I call it Geneware, genealogy software. Evidence, assertion, conclusion. That's our slogan. Assertion is important. People are leaving that out. They're going straight from evidence to conclusion. We're leaving out the assertion. The assertion is what the source says about some element of genealogy, such as an event, a person, a place. We haven't opened a tree yet. No tree opens by default because your tree might have 500,000 people in it. We don't want to open the wrong one just because it was the last one you used. No, we don't want to do that because you might have to wait 5 minutes for it to open and then close it and open the right one. So you always have to tell Treebard which tree to open. All right, so this is the opening screen. We're going to tab through. You see that this big picture is actually a button that has a white border around it. Tabbing through the buttons, you could use the space bar or the mouse to click whichever button you want, including this one, the big one. That is open the last tree we used. In the lower right, we got tooltips, reopen the last tree that was used. See, that's this big button. And over here, this is the status bar. It tells us what's in focus. Open prior tree. That's the big button. Now I'm going to tab again, watch the status bar. Open tree, new tree. See, it's moving along here. Import gedcom, sample tree, cancel. Some of this stuff doesn't work yet, but this is the one I use all the time. So I'm going to click it, and there you go. That's Treebard as it stands right now. Now this is person number 1. That's his ID, his name. The icons all have tooltip, tell you what they do. These are medium-sized 2-color icons. I like them. Instead of the little pictures that you can't figure out what they are. They're not too small, they're not too big. They don't have words under them because you don't need to see that the rest of your life. You've got tooltips for that if you don't know what it does. This program is open source, it's free, it's portable, and it's public domain. Anybody can work on it and start their own version of it. Mouse wheel works independently on different dialogues in different areas, any scrolled area. This has no scroll bar yet because this particular person doesn't need one. If he had 21 children or 10 children or 6 wives or 3 wives, then you'd need this because nice thing about Treebard, it's going to show you all his wives and all his children in one place. Okay, here's an events table down here. We're going to make this smaller and see what happens. Let's see. This is big because I like to be able to see it. You can make the fonts smaller, bigger, easy. All fonts, one button. You make it huge, okay? Just for the fun of it. You select a different font. There's your sample output right there. You know immediately what the changed font is going to look like. You don't have to close it and come back to it 25 times to try 25 different fonts. You see everything got big instantly? And the scroll bar, you see, he's resized the scroll bar. Everything still works. Oh my goodness. You know how long I worked on that? How many times I had to work on that? And I'll do it again if I have to. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go back over here. Let's see. Back to preferences, because it's too big now. I don't need it that big. I'm kind of blind. I'm not that blind yet. Anyway, this is a gallery. It opens up all this guy's images. I just put a whole bunch of stuff in here just for the fun of it so you could see that what would happen if it had a whole bunch of stuff in it. So, oh look, see, if you got a big picture, you can pan it with the mouse. Oh, look at that. So you don't have to use only small pictures, but for most part I put, sizes that actually work with the format. You can use these buttons with your mouse, or you can go with the arrow keys. Now I'm not going to move the mouse, but see how the arrow keys work also. You can want to change one of these with the radio button. That will become the new default or main picture for this guy. Okay, we're going to do that. Now, if you click edit, oh my goodness, look, it went over to the graphics. We use the current person system here in Treebard, which means all this stuff is from the point of view of one person. So it's his parents. That's the parents of this guy, the current person. His ID in Treebard is 1. That's a unique ID number. Oh look, he had a legal guardian, and these two guys were probably married to each other, I suppose. He had a wife, or the mother of his children, and he had 2 children. Okay, well, this is #1 video. There's going to be more, and I'm going to shut this one down for now.